In case you missed the news, the SM58 has jumped in price. It was a cool 99 bucks for, I think, forever. And just a few weeks ago, it went up to $109. $10 difference. The travesty. So then, let's take a look if there are any other specific brands that take the top spot from SHURE, or if that extra $10 is a nothing burger. Oh, and for sure, this is mostly opinion. Keep that in mind. You may feel different, and that's okay. We're all special and unique butterflies, so no fighting in the comments. You hear me? These are some hard shoes to fill. Picking the choices to replace the SM58 isn't easy. You see, the SM58 is known for a lot of things, and being unreliable is not one of them. This is tough, it's versatile, you can literally mic anything with this microphone, and it's the one mic that is considered an industry standard. Which industry, you might ask? All of them. The only mic I would say that has higher clout than this would be the SM57, which I do need to point out got the exact same hit to your pocketbook. So, what I'm trying to say here is, this is no small order to replace the SM58. But I can hear you asking, what about the sound? I mean, there are better sounding handheld mics out there. Well, sure, I guess, though remember, especially live, you aren't getting a raw signal from the microphones. So then, with all these considerations, and for the sake of this video not being half an hour long, I'm going to narrow it down to two different mics as challengers. The SE-V7 and the Sennheiser E835. The V7 here is $105, meaning you're not going to be saving much, but also it's only $5 more than the original SM58 cost. And then the E835, which is still, at the time of recording this video, 99 bucks at B&H. Let's find out which one we like best. Now this one, the SE-V7, is at the top of a lot of people's lists. And there's even some pretty heavy hitters that are fans of this mic, including Billie Eilish, Miles Kennedy from Alter Bridge, and also works with Slash, Billy Gibbons from ZZ Top, and JJ Wild are just a few names. Like, if you needed any other reasons to consider moving over to the SE Electronics side of things, there you go. And honestly, on the aesthetics, this thing is probably the best looking mic out of the three, followed by Sennheiser, then SHURE. Now, it is a mic that does have a decent boost in the presence, and definitely an articulate sound. And I do know a lot of people that have expressed their love for the SE series. However, I kind of think they don't get enough love from everyone else. I even love how SE has replaceable inserts for the ball head, so you can kind of show off your personality. That's pretty cool. Is it enough to bring you over to this side of things, knowing you're only saving $5 per mic? No, that's up to you. What I would say, if you're doing a basement gig and you don't have a buddy doing some live EQ on you, perhaps the presence on this mic makes you break through just a bit more. Okay, now we're into the big leagues for competition. The Sennheiser E835 is also quite articulate, and it's one of my personal favorites. I honestly love the sound of this thing, and I've always used one. I've always wanted to expand into the 935 or even the 845 and 945, though I've never really gotten around to picking them up because I do have a lot of handheld mics. One thing is for sure though, Sennheiser has a lot of microphones in their lineup. But honestly, like the SE, it's going to probably outshine the SM58 if you like that presence detail pre-baked into the mic. Again, if you're doing something without any sound guy, or at least a sound guy that knows what he's doing, even raw, this microphone's going to cut through. Weirdly though, I went to look at the type of musicians that use it, and I found absolutely nothing. Not sure what that means, other than the fact that the handheld market is wildly saturated. But the idea that this thing is still rocking the $99 price tag, I can see that being one hell of a steal as one of the cheaper options in the professional market right now. 10 microphones, you save $100. Not bad. Okay, then here we have good old faithful. And if you're wondering if it's a good live mic, let's take a look at the list of people that have used it. Roger Daltrey, Paul McCartney, Alice Cooper, Buddy Guy, Shania Twain, Ozzy Osbourne, just to name a few. Yeah. These mics are not just legendary because SHURE told you so. Talk about standing the test of time. They were the first. This iconic design is theirs. The Unidyne capsule is theirs. I mean, it's really hard to find arguments against these things when you have more high-end support behind your brand than most other brands combined. but I know there have been a lot of people screaming at their screens that even at $99, the SM58 was overpriced. So then, let's discuss that. Now, while I know $100 is expensive for some people, for working professionals, it's a wonder that after all these years, the SM58 has not kept pace with inflation. To give you an idea, when launched, the SM58 had a price tag of $81. And in 2025 dollars, that comes out to about $700. The idea that dollar for dollar, without inflation, this thing has only gone up about $30 in 60 years is mind-blowing. And while people like to complain about the cost and sing praises of brands like Behringer and Pyle, the idea of spending around $1,000 for all the microphones you need for a 4-piece band live is ludicrous. It's probably less than you spend on your amplifier, probably less than you spend on your guitar, and it's definitely less than you spent on your drum set. This is the handling noise of the Sennheiser E835. This is the handling noise of the SEV7. This is the handling noise of the SHURE SM58. So from a straight-up cost comparison, the Sennheiser here wins hands down. The V7 has more professional clout for stage work, though still nowhere near as much as the SM58. And honestly, I kind of prefer the handling of the SM58. Now, when I started coming up with the idea for this video, I came into it with an open mind, and I thought it through. $10 is $10. But remember, everything from here on out in this video is basically all my personal opinion. But for me, there's some things in this world worth spending a couple extra bucks on. One is toilet paper, and the second is your stage mics. There really is no contest for the SM58, even when it costs more money. This mic is the epitome of ubiquitous. It is absolutely everywhere. And whether you are pro or just started gigging, every sound engineer worth their salt knows what to do with this microphone. Now, while you might be able to replace the SM58 for a few less dollars, and I'm sure there's a few people out there doing just that, I have a feeling that professionals are just shrugging their shoulders and continuing on buying their SM58s. Because for gigging across the country or just needing the mic to work every time it's plugged in, these things tend to be your best bet. So yeah, that extra $10 is annoying, but with possible tariffs doing this to multiple companies, I wonder how long until everyone else begins to respond in kind. Remember though, this is my personal opinion, and honestly, I kind of want to know what you think between these three mics, or is there a fourth one I forgot? Don't say Pyle or Behringer. Please, let me know down below though. Cheers guys, and thanks for watching.